Hello and welcome back to Cellphone Philosopher. My name is Tamir Jacob, and today I'm going to be talking about Peter Sage. He's a great serial entrepreneur. He has a website, he runs a business school, brilliant guy. And he had a conversation recently with a gentleman by the name of Dan Locker at FU Money, another brilliant entrepreneur. And he was talking about a time where he was really so broke, and he was sitting at his house in Leicester in England with the candles on his table because he couldn't afford the electricity, and he just basically bootstrapped a company, essentially started a company with little or no money, with a few salespeople that, really it was just the beginning stages. And he was saying, okay, well, I need a goal, I need, some kind of direction. So he said, there's something, what do I really want? And he said to himself, well, I've always wanted a penthouse. So, maybe I'm going to find a picture of a penthouse online, and that's going to be what I'm going to buy, when I'm successful. So he went online and he said, he typed penthouse, luxury apartment or what have you. And he found this penthouse in Canada, and he literally took a look at it and said, well, I love this. I love this building. This penthouse is mine. This penthouse is mine. It's mine. It's already mine. So he called up the realtor because, most people, they'll just, this is where it gets interesting, because most people just say they want something and don't take action. He immediately took action. He got on the phone to the realtor and said, listen, what's it going to take for me to essentially get this apartment and buy it? And the realtor said, okay, well, it's going to be $500,000 you're going to need to transfer in 24 hours. And then you're going to need to give $1 million down as a deposit because you're a foreign applicant. And essentially in Canada, you need to put more money down if you come from a foreign country than if you're a citizen. So he had a huge amount of money to put down. It's like a $5 million penthouse. So he said, okay, well, we'll talk in 24 hours. So Peter Sage got on the phone to all his friends and family and managed to find $500,000 in 24 hours. And this is from a working class guy living in Leicester with not amazingly rich friends. He managed to find $500,000 in 24 hours, which is a huge achievement in itself. Wired it to the guy, and remember, that's non-refundable. If he doesn't come up with, so he was given 6 weeks to come up with $1 million, or he would lose his initial $500,000 non-refundable deposit on a $5 million penthouse. Which, bear in mind, he's got no money and he's using candles to light his house. Just think of that situation. So push comes to shove, he spoke to his salespeople and said, listen, we've got to meet our year's goal in this week. What's it going to take? And really incited them to help him in his mission. They helped him. Bottom line, he made $750,000 within the 6 weeks, which is an unbelievable achievement in its own. He went back to the realtor and said, okay, well, I've got $750,000. Give me another 6 weeks, and I'll give you this $750,000 as an additional non-refundable deposit if I don't give you the other money in 6 weeks. And the guy said yes, and he ended up making that money. And actually, he actually made the money in 4 weeks this time, the $250,000, and said, well, I've got 2 weeks to go. And he actually found another opportunity and ended up buying two apartments, for, in excess of a total of about $7 million. And it just goes to show, and I think the message of the story is that even when I look back on my own life, I signed a lease. A lot of people actually don't know this about me, so I actually signed a lease for this apartment when I didn't have a job. I didn't have anything really, concrete. I wasn't even close. And I just basically said, no matter what it takes, this is going to work. I'm going to make it work. I want to move in with my girlfriend. She just renovated this brilliant apartment. And we said, okay, well, she can rent it out and we can live where we were living, which was really not that great. Or we can upgrade to this and we can be the first ones there and we can move into that together from day one. And it turned out that essentially I said, okay, well, I'm going to get this no matter what. I decided that I was going to get it. And I actually got a job about a week before. It was about a week before I was due to move in. And I was continuously picturing in my head the amount of money that I needed to have to be able to afford this new apartment, which was a lot more money. And I actually ended up getting a lot more than that. But simply, I think, by not only picturing the amount of money, the exact amount of money, and by when, like as Napoleon Hill would say, that I wanted it, but also be willing to say, okay, well, I'm going to get this no matter what and just burn my bridges. And at the time I wasn't in a job. I said, you know what, no matter what, I'm going to get this. And you have to make that decision. And that's what Peter made when he was sitting broke by candlelight. And that's what you're going to need to make. And I think anyone really needs to make if they want to truly be successful in entrepreneurship. So even though we don't know how we're going to get the result, if we know the result and we have this burning desire to achieve it and we're willing to burn our bridges, we'll end up getting there. And I think that's the key principle of success in life. If anything to take from this story or anything, take this. Or anything even of what's to come from this channel, take this information. Be willing to believe in something and understand that you're going to achieve it, and you might not be able to determine exactly how you're going to achieve it or how it's going to work, but it will happen. You just got to believe in it enough and willing to go all in and invest in it. And if you're not, then don't bother. But otherwise, go all in, and life will figure out a way for it to happen to you. Just believe, and I think the other key thing is have this belief and have this trust that life will make it work for you. Anyway, have a great day.